Right, here we are for an upper bracket matchup for KSL Division 1, so Kamikaze. Not 100% sure where we're up to in this league. Looks like from the upper brackets, there's not too many games left to go, so grand final definitely in sight. I presume the team that go to the final through the upper bracket get an advantage, so of course a very important matchup. It will be just a best of one, even though it's meant to be a best of three, just because the lads want to watch the England game, of course, at 8 PM, I think it is, for the Euros. So understandable. So it'll just be Chalet. It's Genesis versus UTC. UTC. And we're just waiting for the 5th members to hop in, and then we'll get underway. My actual stream is Crimson Cast, if you want to go check me out after this, if you like what you're seeing, but just streaming on the official one today, of course, as you'd expect. Because most top quality leagues do have their own Twitch, of course. I know RSL did when that was a thing. So Kamikaze is no exception. I think I got the right sides. Just double check that now. Right, I think the team's on the wrong side for some reason. I think Orange is attacking first, which is UTC. So I'll go ahead and change that. Right, so the game was meant to start at 6 PM, was slightly delayed, that was my bad. So of course the team were probably just doing extra T-hunts or whatever in the time they got given. Just waiting for confirmation. I'm pretty sure blue team are Genesis, right? I think so. I should probably know this because Genesis are very well known. Right, looks like Orange are ready, so just gotta wait for the ready up for the other side. As well as confirmation on the sides, just want to make sure I get it right before going into this. Yeah, so Genesis are blue team, which is confusing, but... Yeah, okay, yeah, they are blue team, thought so, which of course means UTC are orange team. Just want to double check the sides. Yeah, right, everything's correct. Both teams ready?
Get going. Yeah, you can start.
Alright, good luck.
So nice.
Right, so best of one, here we are with Chalet. Usually an attacker favoured map, at least in Pro League, though in a lot of league games I've seen it has been the defense that actually play better, but maybe with the both teams being better it should turn out to be an attacker favoured map. Of course the bans will be a huge factor in that, which is of course what is coming up next. So it'll be interesting what they decide to ban. I'm expecting a mirror ban, that's probably going to be the standard here. And then for the other ban, maybe a Mav, if they want to really cancel down a Heart Breach, maybe a Jackal if a team's planning on roaming. I know of course the bar strats are pretty much the same for every single team. Every scrim I play on this map is always the same. 2 shields, top floor, along with the Wamai and the Jaeger, so maybe a team will read into that and maybe get rid of them. It will be a Jackal ban, so right on that front, probably see a mirror as well, so the removal of both Spanish operators. Of course, I'm sure as you're all aware, a lot of Nurse coming in. Mirror, you can break her windows as long with Evil Eyes and Bulletproof, so that's absolutely meta changing. Mirror definitely not as good as she used to be now. Yep, there we go. The mirror will get removed despite her nerf. Of course, still a very good operator in her own right, but still as strong as it is. Final ban, it could be a response to the Thatcher ban. I know a Kaid would be a good one, but as UTC banned the Thatcher, you would anticipate they wouldn't counterban themselves, but maybe they don't want to deal with a Kaid. Okay, the ban Ela, I don't know if that's a target ban towards anyone, maybe they just more of a comfort ban against the Ela shotgun, which you might expect, but of course the Scorpion is a lot more easier to control now with the barrels being mixed up a tad, making it a little bit easier to control guns. I know a lot of people saying the Berry 9 now is very easy to use, which of course puts it a bit in the mix with the SMG-11. As always, chat predictions are always appreciated. I know Genesis are probably the favourites. I know they're a very well-known team. Just the best of one, so maybe the best team won't win. Of course, that is one of the issues for best of ones, but both teams have agreed upon this, so it's not like either of them will complain if they lose because of it. It will be Maverick being bought out here, as you'd anticipate with the Thatcher being banned. It will be in a Rooney 6-pick, and Master Bedroom will be the first bomb site, so you tend to see a shield up on Piano. Echo will probably be the only op with a shield on the board, so if they are going to go with that, they won't have any more elsewhere. Not bringing a smoke, which in my personal opinion, I always like to have a smoke. Everyone knows what he does, such a good art, but maybe because you can't clip the canisters anymore is a factor why they're not going to go ahead and bring it, but at the end of the day, these are two very good teams, so I'm not going to question too much what they do. We'll wait for a few rounds to go, see how they play out. We'll have that Piano shield as I was talking about. Probably get one or two. ADS is dedicated there. We'll see what they do with Solarium. I know a lot of teams like to put vertical pressure here, preventing the staircase push, just making life a lot harder. Got a drone, of course, watching the flanks. No teams are going to be chucking their drones in the bomb site like you see in ranked. They want to quad reinforce this wall here, which isn't something you see too much. Most teams like to leave one of these panels soft, either so the Piano player can see into the breach run in, or so the player on this wall can put a lot of pressure here, because if you try and exit out of the library and chimney, this hallway immediately becomes deniable. Now it's pretty much free for the taking. There's just so much control here which the attackers could take, but of course Genesis have a bit to... are not just completely giving this up. You see the Mozzie run out. Here we go, aggressive right off the bat. That will be a free kill for Tatters in all honesty. With the 1 second run out timer, that was never really going to work. I mean, if Tatters was on drone, maybe so, but we have seen a miss drone here. I don't know if they'll... No, they haven't gone to check it out, so a free kill here. But oh, Tatters, how does he win that? Hits the head, and oh my, that should be a 4v4, but all of a sudden, things not going too well. The Echo Strength will be the next fall. Tatters with a free K. He's starting things off hard, but at least someone will answer back. It's Jaeger putting it to a 2 versus 3. Clearly, the UTC players just getting a little bit aggressive here. You know, they had that 5v2 lead and they thought they could just run into the bomb site for free. The Zofia now, Tatus intelligently slowing down. It's a quad kill for him. He sees the 5th. Can he get the ace? He's got the deployable shield to deal with here. That's unfortunately going to be the reason he doesn't get it. Have a player leaving already. Don't know if that's a DC or not, but look at this. The attackers are in the bomb site. So what has the Aruni got up his sleeve to try and deal with this? The plant's going down. There's 3 seconds to go. It's going to be a post-plant situation, of course. He may be able to clutch this up, but it definitely won't be easy. We see the players getting their post-plant positions. Maverick going below, maybe cooking a nade. I think he's going to the big window though, which is a good power position. But here we are. Aruni's ability, of course, with her fist coming in handy, but it isn't enough to get the kill just yet. The ace has no clue where he is. Here's Maverick's rotate. He's going to the Solarium windows, in fact, and this should be the round. You can see Rooney has absolutely no idea where his opponent is at. Can he long arm this though? Well, Maverick's got his nade. He has to make sure it connects, but it's not even come up. I think he's going to be able to stick it. Yes, he has. Oh my! Round 1, a bit of a choke there. The Maverick just clearly not anticipating the long arm. Both nades missed, even though the second one connected a bit too late. The bullets very nearly come through, and that's got to hurt, because if you just 4K'd, if you're Tatters and your team's lost the round because 2 of them were just rushed on in, oh my, that's quite the throw there. But Genesis still take round number 1. Great job by them. They'll go now to the Wine and Cellar. Of course, tripling down on anti-heart breach here. They got the Bandit, the Kaid, and the Mute all on Warden now. But Maverick, of course, should be able to deal with most of that, especially with 4 nades to go along. But only 3 flashbangs, of course, that will be Nomad. So the ADSs will be quite an important factor here. And wow, yeah, Tatters gets a 4K and loses. You don't see that all too often, but Genesis, they played it smart. They knew they'd get handed freebies, and they took them when they got them. Jaeger got 2 free kills, got refragged, but didn't matter because of really clutches it up, gets a great long arm, and it was an interesting post-plan position. I can see what he's trying to do here, but he could play Solarium, he could nade from below if they have a drone on him, which I think they did. If that's what he wants to do, if they want to use the nades, not peek, or just play further down. It wasn't a bad idea. It's mostly because he just longed arm, but at this level you have to anticipate the long arm. Such a common thing in lower ranks, you see it in goals, so you think they would keep that in mind, but clearly he's just a bit worried about not peeking and giving away the freebie, and of course in the end they were just a little bit too passive, trying to be clever, get the kill with the nade, but maybe the lead avenue just would have been the better option in the end. Yes, this is the upper bracket. So we got Yana now, just looks like solo pushing maybe through the big window. This one has got the intel there. Roam game, of course, Jackal being banned on off is going to help you. Of course, we got the nice leaderboard upgrade, so this will help you keep track of all the rounds. Definitely appreciated. For those of you not aware, the yellow one is the earliest a team can win, so of course you see it'll move back as the rounds progress. You here just keeping it neat and tidy, opening pitch there, and it was like from Claymore. Oh no! Tatters has got 5 kills now already. The only one with kills. He's got a double kill. The man's insane. But of course, we saw him 4K last round and it wasn't enough. So for his sake, and I hope UTC can just get around on the board. But Genesis now, they're in a 5v3. Surely, after that last round, they're not going to go ahead and choke this. But Mute's in a good position. He'll swing. He isn't able to clear the Mute Jammer, but exposes himself. C4 won't connect. He'll actually get shot out there. Very nice job there. Wouldn't have killed anyone, but of course, always good to see them shooting utility that may pose a threat. Selma's out there, going to go off. Bandits on the wine cellar wall, so that'll pose a bit of a problem. Kaid now, that electric floor chain definitely not going to pay off. He's got his back, Jack. Oh no, they're in the bomb site now. It's unique in. It's just 2 players yet again. Another 2v5, making it a 1v5 this time. It's the Jaeger now. He won't even get a kill. It's a flawless round. A great response to the choke of round number 1. And here we go. It's looking like a good matchup. I'm sure most of you would have gathered that by the names. And so far, the team's close, of course. For now, it's looking like Tatters versus Serenity at the moment, but give it a few more rounds and I think we'll see the other members of UTC start picking up on the fragging front. It's going to be another wine cellar. Interesting here by Serenity, even though they got 5-0, not 5-0'd, flawless. Of course, it was helped by a freebie there for Tatters. That's another one he's had, of course. One with the Claymore of the run out. The first round he had the Mozzie running out, a bit reckless from him, and I should probably remember, I don't know who it is, but it's whoever the Mozzie was the first round, and I didn't even get a chance to look at who died from the Claymore, because we're immediately looking for a nice Maverick hole kill. And then all of a sudden they're in the bomb site, which I'm sure Serenity weren't expecting too much, but then again, maybe they should have seen it coming with the breach being open. I mean, UTC, they showed they weren't afraid of getting aggressive in the first round, which was the downfall the first time around, but that time it just allowed them to flood the bomb site, and there's just nothing they could do. In the end, it was Jaeger trying to retake in a 1v5, and the only reason the plant didn't go down was just because everyone was dead. Keeping up with the 4 frag grenades, of course, of both Yana and Maverick. Yana may be being brought out just because Jackal's banned, of course. I think they were the ones who banned Jackal though, so I'm sure they were planning for that, but it just allows you to save drones. You can use them on flank butchers even though you do already have a Nomad. Of course, when you have the man advantage like they did last round, you can just chuck someone on it, but we'll see how Serenity adapt. They're a very good team for a reason, so when they start losing, especially when they get flawless, they'll usually adapt to try and, you know, bring it back. Currently a 1-1 scoreline, so both teams hoping to take this, both teams believing they can. It's an attacker favour map, so you would expect maybe a 4-2 split to the favour of UTC, but 3-3 splits are very common on this map as well when the teams are evenly matched. Tatters now, of course, a huge factor so far, being getting all the opening frags and mostly all the frags in the game itself. On 7-1, got a great KD so far. We'll see if he's able to add on to it. He has to make sure he doesn't get too cocky though, of course. I know he's going to be full of confidence with how he's been playing, but if they shut him down, Serenity are going to be at a huge disadvantage. Another opening pick here, Mozzie's 0-3, as that's probably a nice nade there by the Yana. That'll get the kill, and we see Jaeger a bit pinched, going to get aggressive. It will be a kill. Can he swing Tatters? Yes, he does. The air jab though will be the saviour there. It's all answering back though. Is reloaded. Will be the next one to fall. So 2v3. Prone with the frag grenade. Will we see a kill here from Caesar? It won't kill. Oh, he does connect. It blows up the Goyo shield, I think. Finishing him when he down. Sorry, that's elsewhere. It's all up to the mute. Prone and blow is a 1v3, so this is very clutchable. But and no one's actually flanking him. So with how low that Yana is, and with the diffuser not currently being ready, I think they should. By the time they have remaining, you think they might try and drone out this mute. Very good angle here. He can bring it to a 1v2. C4 gives away his location and just misses. I think he got caught onto the reinforcement. That's unfortunate. Tatas now, he's already on the hunt, as you'd expect. And the man's 0-1. He continues to frag. And it's looking like there's nothing that can really stop him at the moment. Serenity, they don't have any answers. The one round they won was a clutch, and they've yet to get a proper round. They've not. 3 rounds in a row, we've seen the opening pick go against Serenity, and they need to. That's one of the reasons they're losing. I'm sure you've heard so many times Pro League casters say how important the opening pick is, because like I think they say 70% of rounds of teams that get the opening pick win the round. I think it is. Of course, not always, but it's a high percentage, and at this level, every margin helps. So when you get picked so early on, I know someone's in cams, but for some ops that's utility loss. If it's a Wamai, I know it's a Mozzie, but he can't move his drones anymore, and that's the C4. And if Mute C4 was a bit more on target, that could have been a double kill, and we could be seeing a different round. So we know how important those C4s are. But for Serenity, it's still, at the end of the day, it's a 2-1 scoreline on you're defending an attacker favourite map. So no reason to ring the alarm bells just yet, but definitely not how they were expecting or even hoping it was going at the moment. Opening the kitchen hatch, which something I presume there's a reason behind. I believe it's just so they can drop on C4 from below, but that can also be used against you. But that's with most things. With every strategy, there's always a downfall or something. Otherwise, we just see the same things every map. There's always your drawbacks and whatnot with everything. It looks like they are going to quad reinforce this wall again here in office. Yeah, that's what they'll go ahead and do. Could have another lively player for Serenity, hopefully. They're not just going to hop out and give an absolute freebie. I'm sure Tatters will appreciate more of those, but yeah, there's getting aggressive, and then there's whatever you want to call that, just being plain stupid. But I see the full progress behind it. They're trying to get him while he's on cams, but even then, it's just a long run out, 3 seconds. It's enough time to get off, and at this level, the players do usually flick onto the head, as we saw Tatters do with a great shot onto the Jaeger. I think he was misdroned here. Shouldn't have been his kill. It wasn't really the Jaeger whiffing. He could only shoot the body because he was right on him, but he just hit the head. Nice job. First round, we've gone like 40 seconds and we haven't seen a kill, so things being a little bit more tame. Serenity, of course, probably adapting so they don't give away the opening pick just as yet. Jack clearly planning on roaming and most likely going for the flank. No man has been dropped here, which could be something that may cost them. I know Gridlocks do the same job, but during like extra thermics going off and whatnot, you don't always hear the tracks being broken. But again, the opening pick just isn't going in Serenity's favour. UTC yet again not being able to get it, but Hyatt, he'll be able to answer back now. Another disconnect, I don't know, but it's a double kill here for the smoke. The SMG-11 user going absolutely crazy for now, but he's got plenty of health. We see Jack get a kill elsewhere on the road. That'll be Tatters down, which is a huge kill. 3v2 as Maverick does eventually answer back. Caesar looking for more. 1 minute 25, so plenty of time to work with here. But look, the ace is dead, stone dead on the ground. This is a huge problem now, as there's not really much they can do. They can push through kennels. They got shot from the rotate, the piano player, and maybe even the half ball. Push through piano. There's not as many angles to watch, but it's still not working in your favour, especially when there's a shield. But when Serenity are nearly giving you a free kill like that, of course, you're allowed to swing, but if you hold the angles, you always pose a risk of, well, that. See that? They'll take the head off the Kaid, and all of a sudden, things are looking very good for UTC. It's a 2v2. 50 seconds left on the board here, so plenty of time to work with as well, but at the end of the day, the defenders, they just have to sit back, relax, and so long Serenity let them push onto them, they should be able to get a kill. But 4 frag grenades on the board, so I wouldn't be sitting too comfortably, but there goes Yana trying to cover through the Maverick hole, but the refrag comes in. Caesar, he gets a triple kill, but we've seen a quad kill before from Tatters, and UTC still lose the round. But this time, yep, there we go. Jack, he'll get the kill. Caesar does so well that round, but it just isn't enough in the end. poor timing. He's looking at the wrong place. I think he landed a shot, but either way, it wasn't enough. And Serenity, there we go. They're straight back into it. It's a 2-2 scoreline. That's the first round. So I think Serenity actually had the advantage in instead of it just being a clutch. But so far, it's looking like an interesting game. Though, there we go. That's the bomb site Serenity have won twice. They've got to win somewhere, and it looks like Serenity's answer for that will be Barring Gaming. They have the Jaeger, the Wamai, they've got the Goyo, so I think it will be those shield strats upstairs in Library, which you see also often, the Chimney and the Blue. Of course, Goyo, he's going to be the one putting those shields down, and Rooney's going to help clear utility. Jaeger or Wamai, they have to be prepared here, and they don't even have any flashbangs, so no one's been brought off the ball. This could be huge.
Attackers need to locate and
oh my god. I've just realised I've called them Serenity and not Genesis. Yeah, that's my bad. It's because... yeah, oh my god, I've not actually done that before. Why have I... it's cause... it's cause I was meant to cast a while ago a upper bracket game. I don't know why I call them Serenity. That is my bad. Wow, yeah, that's a bad one. I've got to admit. Untouchables are definitely much easier to say than their abbreviation. At least I've got half of it right, Genesis, but yeah, wow. I don't think I've ever done that before, but definitely not good. Oh well, at the end of the day, you can still see the match, but yeah, Untouchables now, they don't have any utility to really deal with this. I know Zophie has stuns, but there's not really much they can do. Because once the stuns, they'll clear the Rooney gates, and that's about it. You've got 1, 2 ADSs, maybe a Magnet elsewhere. So this is a huge problem for Untouchables, because they're going to have to try and push on through these arena gates. They're going to risk the 30 damage, which isn't the end of the world. Of course, most players are going to be getting their kills from the headshots rather than damage, but yeah, they will. Tactics will absorb the arena gates, but they don't have much of a window here. The 2 stuns will clear the 2 ADSs, but there's still a Magnet to deal with. Maybe a track Stinger will be used, but there we go, that's a nade. The only benefit here is they have nades to clear stuff with. Good use of the Gemini here. I think they will just be able to do this, but Tatus now, he's going to risk losing his life. He'll swing, he'll get aggressive, and Frost isn't expecting it. And all of a sudden, yeah, again, Untouchables in a great position. Genesis on the back foot yet again. And this is oh no, they're trying to filter back. Tatus catches that. An absolute oblivious Pirate there will be the next one to fall. C4 kill here. It won't connect. Sorry, not C4 kill. C4 toss. It won't connect. It's all up to Jack. I mean, he's got an ace, and it's just not going to happen. Untouchables going to go 3-2 up here, but that's the diffuser down. But Jaeger's only got 26 bullets. On a switch to the pistol here. Again, another player leaving. I don't know if that's disconnections or not. There's been quite a few, a bit unusual, but they've been making it back in time at least. Jack sprays the Yana, gets very, whiffs, pulls out the, what's it called? It doesn't matter. Jack's on his pistol out. He will not be able to escape. Caesar will finally shut down Jack, who was just playing musical chairs around the bomb site, running all over the place. Finally gets shut down. It was just mostly impactless frags for him, but Untouchables, another just amazing round from them. I mean, this could be a 4-1 scoreline. They've just been dominating the attack, but of course, for you Genesis fans out there, it is an attacker favoured map. So if Genesis win this round, things should be fine. It's a 3-3 split that probably favours Genesis, to be honest. If Untouchables win the round, it might go to OT, because I don't think Untouchables will throw any more than maybe a few defenses. I'm sure they're capable of winning too, so if they do get this attack, they'll be in a great position going to their defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yep, Tata's definitely going crazy at the moment. One thing I haven't noticed, they've changed with the spectator things. You can actually see what people are doing now, so I was going to mention it, but then Untouchables just went absolutely crazy. You saw, because you could actually see that they were watching the default cams now. You can see, of course, they're on drones at the moment. Presumably the others are just watching at their spawn locations, but that's very nice to see. You can see who's playing the intel game and who's just, when they die, give up and just don't do too much. Of course, in the late round, you may not see anyone on cams. It's probably not because they've all just decided to not help out their teammates. It's this level, the cams are usually taken off the board, and there's not actually any cams to watch. It's just the default cams, so it's probably the reason why you may not have seen many of the Genesis players looking at the cams. But at the moment, I did think the Untouchable players would turn up, and a few of them have. I mean, of course, for those of you who know how this game works, you know kills aren't everything. You need good support players, but when you have someone like Tatus who can go double digits within 5 rounds, it's always a good help. He's going to probably... No, never mind. It will be Caesar to go ahead and clear the Mooch ammo. Another place going absolutely crazy on the frag in front. The Rooney getting quite aggressive there. Gets stunned out to location. The refrag coming out elsewhere, so it's 4 versus 4 now. So Genesis are still in this, but Caesar falls Jack with a kill there. With the Org on the flank. 2 players on the flank, actually. Both the Jaeger and the Wamai. There's another killer. Whoa! Untouchables. For when I thought I was about to talk about how this could have been another round for them, maybe they want to lose it, but as I say that, they bring it back to a 2v2. And what's this? Tatters is in the bomb site. We saw this last time they went this bomb site and how he just absolutely picked them apart. But this time it's not a 1v3, it's a 2v2, but definitely makes life harder. And don't think Jack's aware that Tatters is here. If he just swings at the right moment, but Jaeger is covering his teammate, and Tatters shooting's definitely going to give away his location and most likely also his intentions. But Tatters falls, the headshot there, and it's the Jack getting aggressive. That's a 3k for him on the round. Nice job there by the Wamai with the Org. Gets a kill with the flying, gets the last 2 there. Of course, dropping the diffuser player to finish off. And it's a 3-3 split here. And as well, I got told this would be a good game. I did expect it to be one. Well, currently it's looking exactly like that. A 3-3 scoreline. Could be 4-2, but we won't dwell on that too much. And yeah, Genesis, Untouchables, just not much that can separate them. So as we go, switch sides, Genesis, they go to start their attack. Untouchables, they go to their defensive side. You can see, for Genesis, there's not as much. No one's got double digits just yet, but you do see a few more players with more kills. Reloader got his first kill last round, and you don't, like I say, you cannot have lots of kills. You might prefer to have maybe 2 or 3 kills at this stage, but they've been opening things up. I presume they have all been playing comms being fine. So if you let Caesar and Tatters frag out, so long you're droning them through, you're clearing utility like you should, then that's fine. If you're doing your job and the fraggers, and you have 2 great fraggers doing absolute work, then you can afford to be maybe not playing as well as you would. But of course it does help when everyone's performing, but it's not often you see all 5 members all dropping like 7 kills or something. And well, Tatus is playing entry, so it's not even like maybe they're playing bad. They can't even get an opportunity to get the kills because Tatus just steals them all. Though I'm sure if I was his teammates I wouldn't be complaining too much. One thing I thought Genesis maybe could have done was opening up this wall. Of course it allows the piano players to watch the breach in. If you're on a blue flank, you can even kill the planter and half wall. Now it just puts a little bit more pressure on them. They try and push through this hallway, and it's just a bit more to think about. They got clearing a Rooney gate as well, so it's not game-changing. Genesis don't have to do it, which they didn't. But I think it's better that Untouchables are bringing that type of bit more aggressive approach with the setup. But we talk about aggression. Jaeger's going to go ahead and peek, gets the Zofia put down to such low HP. Gotta be a lot careful here, because I think there's an air jab on this run out. No, it's not a claymore. It is a claymore, so it goes to a claymore and an air jab. They definitely don't want the Zofia to get run out on, but look at his health, it probably will be him peeking that's going to get him killed more than anything. But so long he hits that first shot, things won't be too much of a problem. Genesis, interested in not doing a reading take. That's something a lot of teams do. Well, libraries reading on Cafe. And they've just got 3 people on camera. The push kind of stalling out. I presume it's going to be a Solarium take by how they're all playing, but I don't know. I just don't think this is as beneficial as pushing reading side. someone playing in the big window, this is great. You get so much value from it, but there's just not as much you can do from pushing Solarium. But we'll have to wait and see. Legion will be a huge factor in this round. Well, Reloaded will get a nice kill there with the C4. Of course, we already knew how low Zofia was. Spectating. Oh, you can even see they're spectating as well. That's cool, but you know what else is cool? Caesar getting another kill to his name, and all of a sudden, like I say, Genesis on the back foot. Legion will get droned out. Jack will try and clear him out, but he won't be able to do that. Legion with the T5, great gun, goes ahead and does it. We do see an answer back by the Maverick. 2 quick kills there, and all of a sudden, we do see potentially a bit of a clutch here. It's still a 3v2 in Untouchables' favour, so they're still in a great spot, but we'll see. Maverick will peek. Will he win the gunfight? Ooh, so close for Reloaded to taking off the head of the Maverick, but we can hear the ace on the rappel, but his teammate, the Legion's got this. He's flying, so this is great teamwork from Untouchables here. Maverick here trying to find a new approach into the building, but he just can't even get in. Legion's being quite a problem. Nice nade here. Will it connect? No, it won't. Unlucky, but definitely had the right intentions there. But 35 seconds left. There's not a lot the Genesis players can really do. They've just got to, well, kamikaze into the bomb site. Oh, well, into the building, I should say. Solarium control taken, but we see Maverick getting killed from vertical holes like I talked about in the first round. And it's 2v2, just 15 seconds now, and Maverick's going to hop on in. Sorry, Ace will have to hop on in. Maverick caught by Gumine. Reloaded could just play time here, but he's going to be getting aggressive instead. Yes, the shotgun doing absolute work. Untouchables' first defender started round. They'll be the first ones to take it. And they'll have to go ahead with a 4-3 scoreline now. So we'll go to the basement, which was a bomb site. Well, I thought we'd go to the basement. We'll go to Barn Gaming, which I think is, in my personal opinion, better than the basement bomb site. Of course, the one time we saw the Genesis go here, it wasn't a good round. It was a 5v1, 2 impactless frags. Tatters on the Cav, which is interesting. He's not even going to 6-pick off it, which is strange, because if you were going to bring Cav for whatever reason, you would usually 6-pick onto it. But interesting, he's going to stick it. He's not going as crazy as before, but it's not like he's dropped off at all. He's still getting kills. Just he's not getting the free 4Ks like he was earlier, but of course, one of those 4Ks, his team lost a round. He's been getting a few less kills, getting 2 a round on average, I'd say now, and his teams are winning. So good to see that. Untouchables, they're all starting to turn up here. It's just only one play on 1 kill at the moment, but that's fine. Like I've talked about, you've got Tatters, Caesar doing work. Reloaded now, getting involved in the frag in front. So at the moment, Untouchables looking good, and I would at the moment have to say they're probably the favourites to win this map. I know it's an attacker favoured map, but they're 4-3 up, so they only need to win 3 more rounds and they take this, of course. Anyone who can do basic map, I'm sure, has figured that out already, but
attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Just only say that because some people always like to comment when I state the obvious, but I mean, there's not much else I'm meant to do. When I say, when casters say it's match point, everyone knows that. It says at the top of the screen, but Tatters, he's playing a bit of a right position. Don't know if he's going for a run out, but I presume he's going for an interrogation, but it'll be a bit risky here. And, well, the drone here will spot him out. He's going to get aggressive instead. He'll very smartly back out. It's going to be a trade there. Caesar falling, but it looks like he pretended to give up, but he's still being spam droned here. And if I'm Tatters, I'm getting out of here as fast as possible. Not able to kill the drone, yet just get out of there. Tatters, definitely the right call, which he'll finally do, but look at this. He's wasted so much time. He will get caught. Unfortunately for him, Sledge, nice work there to, of course, push him out. They drone him out. They're holding his Porsche. Sledge, of course, double pushes it. Very nice work there. And for one of the first times, Genesis have the man advantage. Let's see what they can do with it, because they don't often have it. So if they can win this round, it just proves that maybe the main reason they've been losing is Untouchables have just been getting the opening pick. Genesis here, absolutely, well, I was going to say droning everything, but I don't know. You see, some teams will pretend to misdrone on purpose. I know I do it a lot. You pretend to misdrone and the person you drone out thinks they're safe, but by how they're droning, I don't think Maverick has an absolute clue, because if you misdroned, you would just wait, you know? But we'll see how that unfolds. If Maverick dies, we know why. Really Sorry, I thought Iridium was not who died there. It will be the Sledge to get its second kill in the round. It's now a 2v4. Bit of damage being done there. It was Frost just trying to rotate round. That was done by the Iridium down below. 1 minute and 10 seconds left here. So Genesis, they got so much time to work with here. 1 minute left on the clock, and I mean, this should be a Genesis rounds. Untouchables, they could clutch this. We've seen a 2v5 clutch by Genesis, so there's no reason Untouchables won't be able to clutch this either, with it being a 2v4. But why won't they? Well, it's the reason they're just not. Genesis aren't giving them an inch. They're not throwing. They're playing it smart. We do see Sledge hit the Frost map, but he'll very quickly get picked up here by the Nomad. Jack's going to go ahead and help up his teammate, like I say. They'll drop the hatch any moment now. Frost has got to do something, and fast. Of course, if I'm the Frost, I'm trying to get aggressive like that to make it in a bit more winnable situation. 3v1. Only 30 seconds left now, but the plan is going to go down. They'll drop down, but ooh, they're not actually covering the diffuser itself. They're just covering Frost's last known location, but okay, Floyd's going to the hatch. Turns out he won't. It's going to be a freebie there into a clueless ace, and now all of a sudden it's a 2v1. Of course, Frost may have to drop the hatch, but a pre-fire like that is all you need, really. Frost now in the bomb site, just 25 seconds, and oh my, Jack, what a flick. I thought he was going to lose that. He was absolutely oblivious. He hears the Frost, and that's a bit unfortunate, because that was a very nice clutch situation there, just so close. And I was rooting for him. It was almost a 4K to clutch. So nearly brought it back, especially after I said Untouchables weren't going to win the round. But in the end, Genesis do hold out. They do win it, thanks to a nice flick there. I think Flores is allowed to be placed, so there should be no issues with that. I think Flores would be a really good option once in attacking bar, because you clear those shields. You don't have to go through all the ADSs and 1Is anymore, because if someone's peeking, you can't really peek to destroy a Flores drone. So I think that would be a nice addition. It will be the basement. They can, well, it's going to be hard to clear the mute jammers, but with the Flores, but they have, of course, nades on the Maverick and the Sledge to do that as well. So
Defenders, protect your bombs.
maybe Genesis are bringing it to clear deployable shields, but they only have, well, sorry, they have 3. I nearly forgot what Go's ability was there for a moment. It'll be interesting to see if we have a roam game here. Of course, Untouchables did ban the Jackal, so you would expect them to maybe try and roam, especially on a basement bomb site like this. We have seen, of course, Tato's doing exactly that. He's only died when his team has lost, just proving how instrumental he's been so far. But Frost very nearly last round, of course, clutched things up for his team, which just shows you can never count the round over, especially in Rainbow Six Siege, because you just never know who's going to turn up. But fortunately, Jack hit a nice shot, got that flick, and that just allowed Genesis to get this 4-4 split that we have at the moment. So in terms of run game, we do have a roaming presence, both Caesar and, well, I was going to say Tatus, but it looks like he's going to give it up. Ooh, for a moment I thought we were going to say TK. I don't think it would be a good idea to have both Caesars and Tatus roam, because if they both get clear, that's your 2 main fraggers dead. I know Unique's been turning up, as has Reloaded, but I think he just had a good round more than anything, which is fine. If you just have 1 or 2 good rounds every now and then, that's all your team really wants you to do if you're playing well. Reloaded's the smoke, you wouldn't expect him to be getting all the kills. Tatus, though, he's playing the shield, he's very good to do so with. Very early C4, but you can kind of see where it was coming from, and just a bit of spray damage for now. The Squirrel Shield will pose a problem. I presume they're going to try and nade this mute jammer, and well, the shield as well. If they get it correctly, we'll be able to clear both the jammer and the shield in one go, but it's going to be Flores to go ahead and do that. He's going to roll in another one. There goes the Goyo Shield. There doesn't go the mute jammer. Maverick will be the one to dispose that, but both Goyo Shields are dropped. Tatus will fall, so 4v5. Untouchables not exactly in the great position here. You can just see from Unique's POV how hard it is to defend his bomb site, but he gets a C4, and all of a sudden things are going in their favour. Caesar gets another kill. Man's going absolutely crazy as well. It's going to be a freebie there for the Mute, as the Maverick's too busy looking at his opponent, but he'll get very quickly refragged there by the Ace. So it's up to Flores and the Ace. We're looking like he may repeat that, but for now he's going to play it smart. Caesar on the flank gets spotted out by the Ace, currently hiding in cover. He's got the AK in hand, but Caesar playing it smart. He's got a decent gun, but the AK is better, as we see there, even though I'm sure it helps his opponent's not even looking at him. 50 seconds. Boys, floor is on the bomb site. No, he's not. He's playing it smart. Very good work. Goyo, he swings. He isn't able to land the crucial shots his team needs. Untouchables really need this round, especially with how attacking favoured it can be sometimes. They'll drop the hatches. Untouchables able to get the kill. Yes, they are. The Goyo gets one. Can he get the second? Yes, he can. Flores will fall. It was a valiant effort by him. He, of course, got unique, but the Vector just does so much damage for the remaining ammo he had left. It was enough to kill the Flores, and there you have it. It's been an absolute action-packed game. Could we see overtime, or will it be a 7-5 victory to probably Untouchables? We'll have to wait and see, but so far, Genesis are on the back foot, but it's just only one round, of course, as we've talked about before. And things looking good so far, anyway. For Untouchables, but Genesis are hot on their tail, of course. Yeah. Back and forth, pretty much the only way to explain. There's no team getting it, really being able to get it in so far. Kind of reminds me of the Coastline game between Empire and G2 from 2 years ago at SA, I think. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. Went all the way to round 19, I think. It was something crazy like that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And yeah, it's just so far back and forth. We don't have infinite overtime, unfortunately, so we won't be going to round 19 or something today, but overtime's definitely on the cards, but it will be up to Genesis to get us there, as this is a bomb site that we saw Untouchables win. You would probably expect them to win it again, as of course it was the only bomb site Genesis won twice, and of course they won it first time both times, but the first round Tatters nearly aced to win them in. Of course, a bit of a choke, as I talked about for Untouchables, but it's not the end of the world, because so far his team are in the lead. He'll just laugh about it, I'm sure. If they do win, if they lose, then I'm sure maybe we'll throw a bit of blame to his team for losing that first round, but it depends. I'm sure Untouchables have a great team mentality because they play playing well. They have to work well as a team, so maybe not. But when someone's spawn peeking, that may, of course, be something to look at if we see Untouchables lose this round, but Tatters, he's hoping Ash would push on him, but he won't. He'll get droned out. He should get 2 drones though, so getting, well, he has to be quick though, because he doesn't want to get killed from the K9 windows. And Sledge also from front yard trying to get a pick. Bathroom play now. Of course, Tatters is going all over the map at the moment. He can't find a safe spot, but unique spawn peeking and not paying off. Definitely helping out Genesis here. If he got that spawn peek, it would have been great. Pats on the back, but now because he's lost that ever crucial gunfight, well, now it's a 5v3. Make that 5v2. Things are just going all in the favour of Genesis this round, and it's up to Caesar and Reloaded to try and make something off this round. Of course, it's looking like a 5-5 split. It has been back and forth, and it's so far looking like it will go ahead and be that. Reloaded and Caesar, they have to get aggressive, but, well, it's just one anchor. It's basically a 1v5. I can see what Caesar's trying to do. T4 from below, it should connect. Yes, it does, but now his location's been given away. Surely they're watching his flank. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, my, what are you doing? Ash, you know your teammate shot C4 from below. Surely you know what that flank is. But Caesar, I said they need to get aggressive, and that's exactly what he does. But, you know what? Caesar, he's got to ace, and in a 1v3 post plan. It's not being covered, but... well, it is, but by the half wall, not really by players. As I say that though, Jack is covering with the ARX, a great gun, 2.0 scope, always going to help against the Mozzie. And, well, it's back and forth yet again, and it's just who can even get a 2-round lead. And if one team does get that 2-round lead, of course, it's going to be a victory for them to take it 7-5. Currently, bomb site contested, maybe a bit wondering here if what Untouchables want to go for here. It looks like it will be master bedroom. They were debating on whether going to bar or not, so if they do win this bomb site, I do presume Untouchables will go to bar next. Going to see a 6-pick onto the Valkyrie. Good choice, of course. So much intel being brought here. The Mozzie and the Maestro, they will go off the Valk in the end onto the Goyo. Of course, those shields definitely not going to hurt. They're bringing an Ash, so will be a bit of utility to clear, but they've got 2 nades as well. Genesis they've got a lot to work with here, as well as those flash ranks to clear the ADSs that may get in their way. So I don't think those Goyo shields are going to last for too long, but we'll have to wait and see. Just 30 seconds left. Then again, I was just wondering, maybe Untouchables will go to basement because they won it, but it was a bit close. But we'll have to wait and see. Just things they see a bit chaotic there. If they didn't get that C4 kill, that probably would have been the round over. But they got the C4 kill and they won the round. So you can say if, but, maybe, you know, whatever, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But if it worked, and you know, it's part of the game. Great C4, but it just looked like with all the Goyo shields going off everywhere, people getting pinned and YSL, I did think it would be a Genesis round, but we saw the Goyo get a 2k, they held out, and they're going for another spawn peak. But Tatters smartly will get off it. I don't think it's worth risking it. Get the opening pick, you can still lose it. We've seen a 2v5 choke from Untouchables in the first round, so there's no reason that Genesis couldn't come back from a 4v5, so it's definitely the smart decision to not do that for a second time. We're going to have a blue player, so the roam game's going to be a little bit more present this time around. Of course, helps when you have 5 players alive instead of 4. It does allow you to have that second player roaming. That will be both Caesar and Tatters, of course, the two main fraggers, but Tatters, he's been on 13 kills for quite a while now. There's not been... He's still been helping, but he's definitely dropped off in terms of the fragging fun, and I wonder if that's something Genesis are hoping to capitalise on. But, as I've said, Unique has been turning up now, and so is Caesar, so they've been taking up Tatters' place. But all it takes is Tatters maybe to get 1 kill, and he'll have all the momentum again to swing everything, and maybe win the round. But Caesar misses a few crucial shots. The ace does back off. Will he be able to catch him with the pistol? No, he won't. Oh, so close. That could be a difference maker, and instead of Caesar getting the opening pick, it'll be the opening death. And this could be huge now as Genesis got the opening pick yet again. Of course, your heart breach is low, but at the end of the day, his Selmas are still on the board, and he's able to do, well, exactly that, open up the main breach. 1 minute 30 left, we see Tatters prone on the ground, just hoping to get a kill, of course, through these holes, and he should be able to find one. No, not just yet, but the ace is down. C4 tosses and out. Will it connect? Yes! No, it doesn't, sorry. And it's now a 4v3, of course. Ace should get picked up, I would presume, but no! The cover! The person who's meant to res him will get down there by Jack. Sorry, it will be Jack, the one meant to cover to be 4. Tatters now looking for this finish. He won't be able to get it. They are covering from K9 windows. They're going for the res, but I think, oh, it's not being baited actually. They were reloading. Oh, such poor timing. And you don't know if you saw there, but Ash was playing below, so there wasn't much Tatters could do there. And it's all up to the Maestro here. Plank going down. It's not being covered. He is going to be able to deal with this. It's now a 1v3, but so many kills to get, so many people to look at, and unfortunately, he can only shoot at one person at a time, and, well, here you have it. I thought Untouchables would win this game. They still can, but they have to get to OT to do it, and all of a sudden now, Genesis 6-5 up. 2 players, double digits. 2 more closely in pursuit of it, so... yeah, Genesis, they have more players fragging out. They don't have as many kills as the top fraggers, but there's more players doing a lot. 5 is their bottom frag. We see 4 as the second bottom frag for Untouchables. So clearly, Genesis is a more well-rounded team at the moment, while Untouchables more relying on the top 3 players, which isn't a bad thing if your 2 support players are, well, supporting. But one look at the scoreboard and we can see how pretty much every round has come down to kills. Just that first one being that, of course, that long arm we saw where Maverick just wasn't able to get the nade. Quite unfortunate for Untouchables, but nice job by, of course, Genesis to go ahead and do so. Right, I was just checking, sorry, it's just organising scrims, of course, for my main team, of course.
5 seconds left before
We don't actually compete in Kamikaze, things go on the way. Tried to get free for Div 2, which unfortunately isn't a thing anymore, but that's Div 1, it's been won very well. Of course, why things are going as well as they are. So many good teams, as we're seeing here. And of course, when you have very good teams, your league tends to do well. As you get close games like this, you get casters who want to cast them. And it's a 6-5 scoreline, and it's coming right to the right. The pressure's on now because you know if you make a mistake now, your whole team's going to remember it. If you choke, you could have, you know, beat Tantas. You could be having 14 kills, or Caesar with 13. You could have got your team these 5 rounds to get in this position to nearly get to overtime, but if one of them whiffs now, that's all their teammates are really going to remember in the end. The stats just going to be an empty thing, so all the players hoping to do well. Bit of a waste of a C4 there by Unique, sorry to say. Could have done better. He should have waited until he at least saw someone. He's going to get aggressive with the shotgun, but oh no, he's bringing a laser sight. That's definitely going to go away his location, but Sledgehammer out. He knows he's going. No, he doesn't know he's going to peek, but just fortunately for him, backs off at the right time. And I never got why people bring laser sights, especially on ops that you like to play close range with, but it's what he's going with. I won't go into too much detail for it, but there you go. 5v3. All of a sudden, things aren't going well for Untouchables. As well, Genesis continue to be the good team that they are, but as I say that, you see a bit of an interesting mistake there from the ace, but it doesn't matter because it's all up to Goyo. Of course, the man who clutched the round last time, but that was a 1v2, so now a 1v4, very much harder to do. And there you have it. Genesis 7-5, it came down right to the Raya, and they finally take it. Untouchables, they'll leave, I think. No, they won't leave fast. It sounded like it. We all heard the audio cue. It looks like they will say GG. Will just be the best of 1 here in this upper bracket. Well, it isn't usually. It is usually a best of 3, but they want to watch the England match. It is just the best of 1 here on Chalet, and it will be Genesis to take it 7-5. Great all-around team performance from them. 2 players in the double digits, of course, there in the end. And Untouchables, they could have got to overtime if they didn't choke that round 1, which is what Tassis is probably going to bring up. But there you have it. GG to both teams. Congrats. Of course, if you want to see me personally, I stream on my main Twitch, Crimson Cast. Of course, this was Kamikaze Div 1. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you haven't yet, drop a follow on my Twitch channel. Would be appreciated. As well as, of course, the KSL. Many good casters here. You'll see many more good games just like this, especially as we get closer to the grand final. And yeah, appreciate everyone who watching the chat interaction today.